Hi everyone, I am a couple minutes late getting my 2-year-old down for bed. Getting her all her energy out and everything takes longer than it used to. It's crazy how like a week can make such a difference. They grow so fast. So right now she's realizing she has a choice and she doesn't have to necessarily go to sleep when I want her to. But she still has to go to bed on time. So tonight, which is funny, tonight we were talking about sleep, and I'm going to jump right into it because of the playback. I'm going to record this and post it. So I'm going to just go through some basics, some information maybe you already know, but I know that there are a lot of people who are jumping in on this journey, and it's always good to have a refresher. I know it can be really, just take a while to absorb all the information when it comes to using essential oils and understanding how they work and things like that. So I'm just going to kind of go through the science, some of the science, the basic foundational information. Then I'm going to go through sleep. There are so many oils that you can use for sleep. Everybody's body is different, so it is a matter of finding what works for you, what works for your little ones, and figuring out a little bit more of the connection of what the issue is. I'm just going to touch on a very short list of things that I can think of, but we are also, just so you know, we're also limited on what we can say publicly on a social platform. So if you're like, she's alluding to something, or you're wondering if there's an oil for a certain issue, there probably is, but I probably can't talk about it because I'm not a doctor and I'm not prescribing anything. And so it's kind of touchy when it comes to, I won't be claiming anything on any of my classes. It's probably gonna sound vague, or it's gonna sound like I'm just sharing what I use, which is how we're supposed to share. But if you dig deeper into information, or if you get a hold of some resources looking into more of, in depth of the science of it and how it does work, there is science behind every bit of how these oils work and how they partner with your body. You'll find what you're looking for most likely. So a little bit behind of why most of my posts are vague. Most of my classes only touch on certain things because we're not allowed to prescribe, even though there are oils for like everything. Okay, so if you've already heard this, I'm sorry, but I want to cover a little bit, like I said, about the foundation of this topic, of these oils, this as a tool, because not everyone knows what they are and how they work. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are the lifeblood of the plant. They protect plants from disease and provide nutrients. Plants rely on the essential oils to grow and adapt to their surroundings. Essential oils can be found in a plant's flowers, stems, leaves, bark, or fruit. They are usually extracted through steam distillation, which is a very rigorous process with Young Living. They are very detailed in how they actually distill their plants. There's no pesticides used on anything in their farms. They've done rigorous testing on the soil that the plants are being planted in. They're beyond organic, so they don't necessarily fit that label because FDA requires, there's basically, even organic has pesticides on them, just not as many as if it's not organic. And I believe it's 3 years that the soil is required to be without chemicals, but Young Living is a minimum of 50 before they will buy a piece of land. So it's really, really amazing, all that goes into the way that Young Living does everything with their oils. There's no door that is completely closed to the public when the farms are open, when the whole building is open. You can go anywhere. There's no door that is shut to the public, so it's very transparent, which I love. Okay, so essential oils are very complex, containing hundreds or thousands of different chemical compounds. This is what gives each plant its unique healing attributes and characteristics. They were man's first wellness tool. They've been around since Jesus walked the earth. Today, essential oils are still used to bring health and wellness to the body, mentally, emotionally, and physically. These are not new. They're not a fad. They are not just a trend. They have been used for years and years and years. Young Living has been doing this for 25 years. There's a reason they're called the leader of essential oils, and there's no oil that's been recalled while they've been open. So pretty amazing. Tests have shown oils reach the heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. They were found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when applied topically. Expulsion of essential oils takes 3 to 6 hours in a normal healthy body. So normal healthy body, it doesn't necessarily mean every single body is going to be the same. That's just kind of the general average of the data that they've taken. Okay, so Young Living therapeutic grade essential oils can reach every cell in your body within 20 minutes when applied topically, help eliminate toxins in your body, help support the different systems of the body, digestive, nervous, muscular, and more, promote cellular regeneration, pass through the blood-brain barrier, work on emotions via the limbic system of your brain, promote healthy emotional wellness and relax and clear the mind, transport nutrients, be powerful antioxidants, remove toxins in the air, promote healthy breathable air, which especially right now, I am diffusing peppermint all through my house, which is so helpful. Okay, so guys, I'm already speeding through this class. I made this class shorter because my classes have been pretty long and I feel like, it can get a lot of information. So that's the general sense of oils. I do want to say this really quickly before I go into some of the ways that they can support you. We did not think we needed help with sleep. We were exercising, what we thought was a good amount. We were cleaning up our diet, which is a lifestyle diet. I'm not really for diets, but a lifestyle nutrition, I guess. You can find what works for your body. And that's what we were doing. We were being really intentional in a lot of areas, but I didn't really know the difference until I started using essential oils for sleep consistently, how much they would benefit us. So if you are thinking, which I didn't think that I needed essential oils in a lot of ways, but I was so pulled to this. I just somehow, the Holy Spirit, I knew that I knew I was supposed to look into this for my family, look into this. I wanted to be the bridge. If my, yes to starting this lifestyle and this business, this understanding, gaining more knowledge, I felt I was going to be more and more empowered to help my family, help my kids. Even if it was a tool that I only pulled out when we were in desperate need, it still empowered me more than before I came in contact with this understanding and of just the general sense. Like I said, I didn't know anything before I started using oils. So, but I'm so grateful because a lot of the ways that I didn't know I needed support are the ways that I feel such a difference. What a big difference if you're feeling deeper sleep and deeper rest. That affects so many different areas, which I'll jump into. So like I said at the beginning, this is just a handful of things. There's a million things that can get in the way of your sleep. But this is just a list. Okay, so how often is our sleep affected by our body or our emotions? You can think of times that maybe your mind has been racing. You can't go to sleep because your thoughts are just rolling around in your mind over and over, and it keeps you awake. Your muscles are still hurting from a workout. I don't know if that is something that you've dealt with, but there are times where I haven't stretched enough, or I'm laying there and I'm aware of where things hurt. So there are oils that can help with that. If your legs are restless, difficulty relaxing physically. So let's say you have a little bit more energy. You haven't used up all your energy for the day. Unsettled stomach, nightmares. And this one might not be for everyone, but it is something that I have personally dealt with, is every so often during the month, I get really hot when my hormones are changing. I sweat at night, and there's an oil that helps with that. I know it's not only me. I have friends that have tried this oil and had the same issues, and it was so helpful for them too. Okay, so let's say you have a lot of stress, or you're dealing with a lot of fear. There's something for that. Snoring or trouble breathing. Oils for that as well. Okay, so we're gonna go through the list. So racing mind. One of the times that I think of when my mind was racing a lot and I really craved something to help with this was when I was pregnant. So you can imagine why I was craving something. I was desiring something for my body to help. And frankincense, lavender, peace, and calming. For me specifically, frankincense was what did it. I just literally rubbed some on my forehead and it made all the difference. But in general, you can try a bunch of different ones, but the 3 that come up in research, in common testimonies, it would be frankincense, lavender, peace, and calming. You can apply it, you can diffuse it. So those are some great ones. Muscles, Panaway. So, I was going to show you guys what they look like. Okay, so most of the ones that I'm covering are what I really do use for these things, but they also happen to be in the starter kit. So frankincense comes in your starter kit, and that one is what I talked about for calming your mind. Lavender, peace, and calming. All 3 of those are in the starter kit. Next, for muscles, it's Panaway. So that one's in the kit as well. Peppermint and lavender. You can put them all together or separate. So Panaway, lavender, peppermint, and then energy. So if you have just your body is not at peace, at rest, you need something just to help calm, you can use, I skipped one. You can use vetiver, Northern Lights Black Spruce. So here's Northern Lights Black Spruce, which happens to be my husband's favorite. Vetiver is extremely grounding. It makes me feel like I'm melting, like my body feels so calm with that one. Then, okay, to jump back up to one of them that I missed, for muscles, another one that's incredible. It's not an oil, but they have a CBD muscle rub that my husband and I love. My husband uses this a lot after a workout, but I use it when my back is hurting, that time of the month. So yeah, it's an amazing one. Another one for calming, if your body just for all kinds of reasons you need to calm, is the CBD Calm Roller as well. Okay, so the next one is if your legs are restless. When I have not dealt with this, I did when I was pregnant, but I didn't think to look something up. So the oils that kept coming up were peace and calming, frankincense, and lavender. So you can try those. There are others that I saw as well, but those were the most commonly recommended. So you can do peace and calming, which I just realized this says peace and calming too. Just ignore that. That's just one of the only empty ones I have, so I just put it in here. Peace and calming 2, peace and calming 1, frankincense and lavender, all come in your kit. Okay, so your stomach, if you have, for whatever reason, list of reasons, if you want to try something to help your stomach, peppermint and digize, which are both in here. So you have, let's see, digize, peppermint, are both going to be great. You can actually I put those in a veggie capsule, or you can have it in a roller and rub it on your stomach. It's just amazing. I love using those for that. They work really quickly. Okay, so nightmares. If you deal with a lot of fear and worry before bed, I don't know about any of you, but that is when I'm sitting there with my mind and I can't distract it. I'm laying there. So that is when I get hit with fear the most often. I have fought through a lot of dealing with that since having my daughter, but it still comes up. It's the darkness. It's just whatever, my thoughts, something that pops up on my phone before I'm going to bed, even if even if it was the last thing and I haven't looked at it in a while, whatever the reason. Valor is amazing. Valor is amazing for fear. Another one that is incredibly powerful that I had vivid nightmares when I was pregnant, White Angelica. And it smells beautiful. It smells like perfume. So feelings of safety, that is what they say White Angelica is great for. Okay, so when I mentioned if you sweat like I do, really glamorous thing to announce on here, but if you sweat like I do because of hormones, every once in a while through the month, the oil that I use for that is called Dragon Time. This one's great for all things that time of the month. Mother Nature, or whatever you want to call it, visits you. Dragon Time. Don't use this one if you're pregnant. That's the only thing. Okay. Then, peppermint is another one that's really cooling. So that one is if you're just really hot at night, you can use peppermint. Then the next one is if you're feeling really stressed. All kinds of stress would be included. Stress Away, Peace and Calming, Valor, lavender or frankincense. Honestly, there are a lot of different options for that one. And then snoring or trouble breathing. There are 2 oils for that. Valor is known to help with snoring, which is weird, but it's true. You have a lot of nerve endings on the bottom of your feet, and a lot of people find that it helps if you put a drop on the big toe. Something to try. Raven, which is not in here, but it is in the starter kit. I must not have it in here, but it is in the starter kit. Raven comes in the starter kit. It is a respiratory support oil, so you can diffuse that one or put it on your chest. Okay, so another 3 oils that I didn't mention, but I love, actually 4 oils. Release is a great one to let go of the day if you're having a hard time releasing something that happened, something you're thinking about, whatever you need your body to shift gears to prepare to relax, unwind. Release is one of my favorite for all of that. That's one of my favorites all around. Cedarwood is another amazing oil. It's great for many things. I use it in my hair. My lash growth serum. It smells so good to me. It's very grounding. Tree oil for sure, because it's a tree. But it's really calming. It's very affordable as well. I think this one for wholesale is $11. So it's a really great oil to have on hand for that. Another one that I don't have with me, but is in my list, tangerine and orange. So 4. Tangerine and orange are really calming as well. They blend really well with cedarwood, lavender, frankincense. So those are some more. So a few ways to support yourself with sleep. The first thing I want to show you is how to use a diffuser. So if you don't have a diffuser, you need one. I put this is the one I have right next to my bed. And I love it because you can use a light while you're reading. There's a candle flicker mode. It's just a great one, and it runs up to 10 hours. It's a desert mist diffuser. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put water in this, and then you're gonna see there's like a line. I don't know if you can see it. There's a line. You put water all the way up to that line, and then you add the drops that you want. You put the tops on, and then this top on, and then you just turn it on. There are 2 buttons, and one is to turn on and one is for lights. If you want to hold the second one down to turn all the lights off, you can, or you can go through, there's different colors. There's the candle flicker mode, and there's just a normal light if you want to use it to read. So diffusing is my favorite way to use oils for sleep. You're getting supported all through the night, which is awesome. So you can add in, so if you're using oils for sleep and then you want to add some immune support, you can do that as well. Thieves and frankincense are great for that. So frankincense, thieves, you just add a few drops and it's helpful that way as well. A lot of people will have like a do-it-yourself sleep cream. So if you want to just kind of enhance the, I don't know, your routine. If you take a shower at night and you want to use a lotion that is calming, you can add those oils in there. That way, taking a bath, a lot of those oils are going to be amazing for taking a bath. Frankincense, lavender, also amazing for your skin. If you need help breathing, using Raven is an awesome one. So a lot of options, but bath with Epsom salts is great. I took so many baths when I was pregnant. You're so uncomfortable. And then you can add some relaxing as well as muscle support oils is a great option. Okay, so whether inhaled or applied topically, they will reach your brain and send the message to your body to relax, which is pretty incredible. That is my class. If you have any questions, please let me know. Like I said, most of the oils came from the starter kit. I think there were, 4 that were outside the starter kit that are worth adding to your toolbox. And then, especially if you have kids that deal with nightmares, you guys try White Angelica. It's worth it. And then, like I mentioned, I didn't mention all of them, but CBD products. You can get a CBD starter kit. You can buy these separate. They are worth it. My husband loves the CBD oil dropper. He just puts it under his tongue for knocking himself out. He will take this if he needs really, really deep sleep. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.